Hey, y'all, listen, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. You know, last night in Jersey, it snowed. It snowed, but the snow came and it went just like that. It was kind of real flaky. It looked so pretty. I should have took a video for you last night. I thought I was going to see the same winter wonderland when I woke up, but it wasn't as bad as it was looking when it was falling last night. But anyway, y'all, happy Saturday. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you had a good Saturday so far. We're going to talk about it, but people been trying to come at my neck. They've been trying to knock Diva over, throwing tomatoes, bottles, cans, but I won't be shaking. I won't be shaking, because you know what? We got to talk the truth in these streets. Sometimes people would prefer you have the popular opinion, and I get it. It's okay. And I don't go against the grain just to go against the grain. I just call it how I see it, just like y'all call it how y'all see it. People keep saying, Diva, you don't know the whole story about Kelly and why she walked off. I don't. We never know the whole story about any story that we talk about. So what's the difference with Kelly? I'm going to hold on to the whole story. But there's other stories where y'all don't even know a good piece of the story and you don't hold off. You telling your opinion. Can we stop the nonsense? So somebody came in my comments of the video and was like, you don't know the whole story. I work at the Today Show. I said, then let's talk. Gave them my email and everything. Told them I know a little something about the Dr. Oz studios and wanted to know did Dr. Oz work in that same building, that same studio since you worked there. You know so much. See, people like to try to throw you off with the shenanigans, but then when you call them to the table and you ask them for some more details, then they go dark. If you know what you know and you want to clear it up, clear it up. Because we're getting all kinds of stories. Now people saying she pregnant, she got sick. And yes, silence is golden, but in some cases, you know, you need to speak out and clear things up. If there was a misnarrative out there about me that I just walked off some set and been unprofessional, I would come to my Instagram and say, stop, y'all, that's not the right story. Let me tell you what had happened. We can love who we love and do what we do, but the truth is the truth and the lie is a lie. But I'm going to carry on, and I'll wait for the email from somebody that left me a message saying that they know everything about what happened and that what happened is not true. I ain't mad at you, Rita. That's your homegirl, and you need to stand by her, because you know how we do over here. Stand your ground. Said Kelly, your homegirl. I ain't mad. Can you call your homegirl or DM her and say, what happened, girlfriend? I didn't finish getting to listen to it yet, but I got to listen to it. It's a painstaking 40 and something minutes. But Kristen Keys, he came out, and now all of a sudden Tyler Perry is the best thing walking. You see how these people play with our emotions? They play with our emotions. They want to get us riled up. When you want to play with something so serious, though, as SA, you're a punk. That's my opinion. Don't play with nothing like that. Lives are destroyed. People end up on substances their whole life because they're trying to drown out what happened to them as a kid. And you want to come up on the screen, taking a whole hour, 60 minutes of our time, crying, carrying on, talking about you got recordings, tapes, pens, this, that, and the other. And now you want to get on your live on Instagram, talk about he's a good guy. Why? Because you got a check. Well, let me tell you something about money. It's a funny thing, money. But no matter how much money you have, whether it be millions, thousands, couple $100s, when you got this much money in the bank and you got zero coming in, the amount in the bank, it goes like this. When you have this much in the bank and you only have this much coming in, the amount you have in the bank, it goes down like this because there's no equilibrium there. But when you have this much in the bank and you have about that much coming in, or you have that much coming in, then this is going to stay the same, most likely. But it never works reverse. You have this little bit coming in and you have that much in the bank, this is going to come down. Because he got a skincare line coming out. He already spending the money. He got a skincare line coming out. Black Don't Crack. Oh, that's a very original name. This is Diva talking. Isn't that name original? But when you want to name something Black Don't Crack, if I was of some other culture, I would look like that. I guess that's for black people. Will you want to come out with something a little more universal? Yeah, if I came out with a line, listen, I'm not going to discriminate. I don't care who buy this. Money is green. Buy this lotion here. I don't care if you black, white, yellow, brown. It's going to work on your skin. Diva's skincare line. Come on now. Some of us be so smart, we so stupid. Black don't pack when you get paid. Yeah, let me tell you something. There's a lot of people that got paid and now they broke. But we ain't here to talk about him. He ain't on the docket tonight. I just wanted to give some updates. It's the foolery of Christian Keys. Straight foolery. And he pulled on the heartstrings of individuals who was really suffering with that situation. He even had some entertainers backing him up, saying it was true, only so he can go and do what? Sell out. Get a check. Then he came back, said, oh, the man is great. I mean, it's the foolery. It's the foolery, but we're going to carry on because we're here to talk about Chris Brown tonight. And our title is called Respect. Rest in peace, Aretha Franklin. R.E.S.P.E.C.T. Come on, respect. Now listen. If you never did anything in your life that you needed forgiveness for, raise your hand. Raise your hand. If you had never did anything in your life and you needed forgiveness, raise your hand. We all needed some grace and mercy at some point in our life. Yes, we have. So Chris Brown, they keep inviting him. See, that's playing head games with somebody. They keep inviting him to places. Remember the award show he was going to do a tribute to Michael Jackson? They had him practicing with Sierra only to turn around and pull the carpet from underneath him. Then he got invited. He showed the emails to the NBA All-Star game. Then they called him up and said, oh, we're sorry. You can't do it because our sponsors, they said you an abuser and we can't have you here. Y'all didn't do your homework and y'all didn't think about that and know that first before you sent me this email inviting me? Then they said we have to uninvite you, but would you mind just coming and sitting in the audience? Because probably if the people see you, they're going to be like, wow, Chris Brown is there. And you know what Chris Brown said? Holler the color purple. He said, hell no. You're not going to play with my emotions. That's how people snap. You want to invite me and then uninvite me? Get out of here. Put that in the trash, your whole invite. Put it in the recycle bin because I'm done. I'm not being used. We're going to talk about Chris Brown. We're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to talk about forgiveness, grace, mercy, all of that. And don't think, oh, Diva, you started with this one. Stop it. Let's level up the conversation. Because let's be clear, nothing fresh. I'm not being fresh, but look who Rihanna's with now. I'll carry on. James Brown. I think it's coming on tomorrow night, A&E. Or maybe tonight. I don't know. It's coming on soon. Little documentary about James Brown. His daughter said to this day, the people are in her IMs talking about how much they love James Brown. Respect. You know, James Brown was the first African American that had his own private jet. Now, the man had his faults. Because allegedly he was another one that liked to put his hands on a female. Listen, I don't condone that. Not for 1.2 seconds. I don't condone that. Don't put your hands on me. You must be lost your mind. No, I don't condone that at all. I'm just telling you what the man did in his life. They say he was the first, and this is Black History Month. Shout out to James Brown, first African American to own his own private jet. Now listen, listen. He also, now they said the money wasn't necessarily clean, but they said he also was the first one to come up like, you know what? These record companies ain't gonna beat me out of my cash. He figured out how to have his own label, make his own money, so he wouldn't be one of these artists talking about they robbed me. I'm number one and I got a penny in the bank. Level up, people, level up. We're going to talk about it, James Brown. And y'all know sometimes y'all got to reel me in because I will be, no pun, because I don't want the animal people come after me. But you know the saying, I'll beat a dead horse. Listen, I'm that girl. So Rita Ora, at the 11th hour over there on the Today Show, guess what? She was supposed to be a guest. She knew they were scurrying around for a host. She said, hello, I'll do it. You know how they said somebody else's trash, maybe somebody else's treasure? Not only did she do it, she said her fitting room you was going to give Kelly Rowland, I'll take it. Yes, she did. She said, I'll take the fitting room, I'll co-host, and she did it at the 11th hour. She said she had 2 minutes. She had 2 minutes. That's an ultimate professional. She had 2 minutes to figure that thing out, and she looked cute, and she sat there, and everybody loved her. And she told them people, invite me back anytime. Honey, she pulled a Vivica Fox. Guess what? What's a Vivica Fox? She said, I'm good. And I know many people saying, I don't know her. Yeah, well, you know what? You didn't know her maybe before, but I bet you in a little bit y'all going to know her for real. Because I believe they're looking for another co-host. And honey, she got the job. Listen, the thing is, I always tell people, calm down before you go trashing a company or a job that you work for. Because you may think, oh, I just work for Chick-fil-A. Screw Chick-fil-A, I'll go work for McDonald's. And then when you're filling out the application for McDonald's, you see something corporation and you write like, oh my God, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, they all tied together. And now you're screwed. And you got to go and see if the little mom and pop diner will hire you. You better watch what you do. Don't be stupid. Listen, you know what? It's unfortunate, and I'll use these words for lack of a better word right now. We all get used. And every time I say that, I think of the DMX song. You use me, I use you. What you really want from me? We all get used. Just don't get abused. And I'm sorry, I know y'all against me, and it's okay. But to be in a little fitting room for 60 minutes or 120 minutes versus having bad press for 48 to 72 or hours, which one would you choose? We're going to talk tonight. It's a Saturday night trending topics, people. Purchase your ticket on the train. Because see, y'all know what? Even though y'all do me dirty, I still come back. Maybe I got to do a Kelly. Do I need to do a Kelly Rowland? And just shut down my screen? Be like, I ain't coming back no more. Y'all do me dirty. And I need to do a Kelly. Okay? Hey, everybody. I see y'all out there. Do a Kelly Rowland. I'm getting disrespected on the YouTube and be out. Listen, if what's the name? The Shannon Sharp surprise interview drop, y'all gotta let me know. Let me know. Come on, Tay Tay, don't cheat the diva. Let me know if the surprise interview that's gonna break the internet with Club Shay Shay drop. Come on, that chick gonna win. She gonna win. It's called entertainment, folks. You gotta know how to play the game. I need a what, y'all? I need a choo choo. All aboard, everybody. It's Saturday night trending topics, and the theme is respect. Okay, respect me. Hit the like button. Respect Chris Brown. It happened. He's a changed man now. James Brown, respect him. First black man in his Black History Month to own his own private jet. Respect Rita Ora, whether you know her name or not. She heard the people was looking for a co-host at the last minute. She said, pick me. Tag, I'm it. And she did the darn thing, and they all appreciated her. Did y'all ever think that every cue card and every seating option and every joke or whatever, they already set it up under Kelly Rowland's name and she pulled out at the last minute? Unprofessional. But I'm aboard this train and let the people in so y'all can stop. You don't have to hear me talk all night. So give me a what? Come on now. Choo choo. Come on, let me bring the people in. Hey, in my opinion.
Hey, Diva. Choo choo.
Hey, Katrina. Hey, Felicia. Hey, E.
Hey, Diva. I love that song that you played yesterday when you brought us all up. That was so beautiful. I meant to tell you that the lyrics were amazing.
Wasn't they amazing? I thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey everybody,
Hey,
it's
everybody.
Julius. I'm back on the thing today, and I just want to say to everybody, thank you for all the love and the prayers, and I appreciate it.
Oh, you're
I got
welcome.
for us, Steve. I got a song for us. Let's listen to this one.
No. Don't just play it if it's a song for real.
Oh, duh, it's me singing it.
Okay. We gotta be careful. That's the reason why I'm saying it.
No, I was thinking about our train. When we get to church, we say, "Come along, my friends, come along, get aboard and ride this train. Nothing on this train to lose, everything's to gain." That's it.
Oh my God.
That was cute.
Beautiful.
Yes.
You got a beautiful voice, Katrina. Come on now. All right, now we got the talents on the panel. You better holler, girlfriend. You got a beautiful voice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's get into this. We're gonna get into this. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead. Where should I start? Cause I gotta see. Come on, they told you the same, sis. Come on now. Don't she got a beautiful voice? Yeah, that was nice. Beautiful. You scare me, girl, because honey, they be YouTube will strike you.
Strike you in a heartbeat.
Yeah. No, you sounded beautiful. You know what I don't understand about YouTube? They will strike you for the craziest things. And I've seen crazier in the streets. And I'm like, how is this video still up? Like, it don't make sense to me. But you know, it is what it is, and what can I do? Hey, everybody. All right, so we're
Diva.
Hey, Dustin. Hey, Bunny. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into this. Who y'all want me to start with? You know what? Let me get this out the way.
Can I start with Kelly Rowland?
All right, it's not Kelly, but it's Rita Ora. But you know what, Dustin? That's where I'm gonna start. I appreciate you. That's where I'm gonna start. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Rita Ora. Okay, we're gonna start there because the girl stepped up and she did the best thing for her career, but also she said her sister is part of her team. You know, they say something about the company you keep. Sometimes these people in your entourage, how many rappers have we known gotten in so much trouble because their entourage was acting a straight fool? A straight fool. Cardi B in trouble for a situation like now, getting the entourage. But I could name countless rappers, countless entertainers where it wasn't necessarily them, It was the company they was keeping that got him in trouble. And now the articles are kind of twisting around with Kelly Rowland, and it's pretty much saying her entourage, her makeup artist, the people in her camp pulled her out, told her let's go. I don't know. We're gonna let's talk about this Rita Ora, okay? Because girlfriend is winning. Let me see. So Rita Ora confirmed she was asked to co-host today's show last minute after Kelly Rowland walked off the set. Okay, we all agree Kelly is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let me see some of these ads when they play in the background, they get me in trouble. Okay, so Rita Ora confirmed she was asked to fill in as a guest co-host on Today last minute after Page Six exclusively stated the morning show producers were left scrambling her after Kelly walked off. Well, this happened, the Ritual Singer 33 caption on her Instagram Friday, a slideshow of pictures and videos featuring her co-hosting alongside Hoda. We had 2 minutes to prepare. Thank you, Al Hoda and Jenna, for asking me to co-host the show. Hey, look at her sitting next to Hoda. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Orward then graciously praised the Today Show. Let me pause this. Why is this? Okay. Orward then graciously praised the Today Show staff, adding, everyone was so lovely and kind. I had so much fun doing it. Love to everyone that tuned in. Maybe we should do more. Coda, for her part, took to Instagram Friday to commend the Praising You singer after she co-hosted. We manifested, and it will happen at Rita Ora. So she's trying to say, don't worry about it, girl. We're going to make sure you get back on here because you saved us today. And we're going to, any chance we get, we're going to figure out a way to bring you back on. The Journalist 59 captioned a slideshow from their episode together. What a talent. Okay. Although it seemed to work out well in the end, Page Six previously learned there had actually been a lot of madness going on behind the scenes early Thursday morning, where Rowland allegedly walked off the set when the show's dressing rooms were not up to par. Kelly and her team were not happy, a source said on Friday. They did not like the dressing room, so they decided to pull off the show, leaving Hoda without a guest host for the 10 a.m. hour. We were told producers scoured around the building to find a Destiny Child member a more suitable space for her and her team, leaving them playing a game of musical dressing rooms. However, when none of the rooms were allegedly up to Rowland's standards, Coda and the Today Show colleagues were left searching high and low for a replacement, ultimately landing on Ora, who was already booked as a guest and we're told volunteered. One insider told Page Six of Rowland's abrupt exit, she's beloved at the Today Show. She was getting the full hour, and Hoda's the biggest hype woman on the planet. It made no sense. The Mia Culpa star, who appeared on Today in the first place on Thursday to promote her Netflix flick, has not addressed the ordeal, and her reps did not comment. Okay, so Rita, she thanked the show on her Instagram. Hoda took to her Instagram and did the same. This, is Rita for the win. It's Rita for the win. She did the darn thing, right? She let me see. Let me hold on 1 second. Let me just bring it up. Now she has 16.2 million followers. She's gorgeous. Okay. She said, well, this happened. We had just 2 minutes to prepare. Thank you, Hoda and Jenna, for asking me to co-host the show. Everyone was so lovely and kind. I had so much fun doing it. Love to everyone that tuned in. Maybe we should do it more. Come on to the PR team. Who made sure this happened? Look at signing the wall there, looking absolutely gorgeous in her black, picture ready. Hoda was all happy because they got themselves a replacement. Okay, let me go to Hoda's thing because Hoda thanked her too. Look at her, she's so darn happy. She's like, oh my God, I found somebody to sit next to me. To God be the glory. And there it is. In my opinion, your thoughts?
I'm gonna pass on this one because I'm not a Rita Ora fan, and I don't like the things she did in the past, and I ain't gonna never forget it. So I'm gonna pass on this one because Rita Ora problematic too.
Oh my God.
Steve, can I go? I know I'm out of order, but can I go?
Or do you have to leave, Dustin?
No, I don't have to leave, but I'm just I feel very I feel very I feel a certain way about this, and I don't want to forget about it.
He can go, Diva. I can go after him.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like I'm so happy she filled in for her because I felt really bad for Huda, and I hate to see something happen like that before. So I hate to see something happen like that on a live TV show, and I hate that had to happen to Huda. You know, I love that show very much, and I hate to see when that happens to people like that.
Okay, thank you, Dustin. I appreciate you. Katrina, you're up.
Um, the only thing I can think about Rita Ora was she was in that car doing that video. That's the only thing I remember her for with a
Oh
headscarf.
no,
Well,
she
top
got
around her
called
head.
out for blackfishing. She also got
Yeah,
called
that's what I'm
out for.
saying.
She also got called out for the song with the LGBTQ community. Yeah, she all problematic.
So, well, maybe Huda is getting her. I ain't gonna say she's getting her karma. Um, to each his own. I mean, if that's what they want on their show, they had that Bush girl on there, so that's not a shocker. So, and then they get rid of Kathleen Lee when she was on there for something that she had did with having the kid. Well, I don't know. That's the Today Show, whatever. But if she ain't got the job, I guess good for her. I hate Kelly left or whatsoever, and hopefully we'll get more information on Kelly, and we'll just see what Rita Ora do because, like I said, I'm not too much up on her anyway. But we'll just see. That's all I got, y'all.
Thank you. Tay Tay.
I got nothing to say about this right here, but she get her money. She get her money. That's all I can say. But there,
Okay. E, you're up.
Hi. I I'm in agreement with Tay Tay. I think in 2024, Pick Me still getting picked, and Rita campaign and she got picked. I wasn't watching the show before, and I'm not watching after. Team Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, Diva.
I love you
go
back.
ahead.
Felicia, you're up.
Uh, hey everybody, happy Saturday, happy Barack Obama weekend. I have the same position I had yesterday. I'm waiting for more information, and I'm going to be fair to Rita. Whatever and whoever she is, she saw an opportunity and she took it,
Come on
and I'm
now.
not going to be angry with her about that. And I
Mm-hmm.
hope it turns out to be a good opportunity for her. I really do.
I appreciate that, Felicia. Okay, humble yourself, period. Don't burn these major bridges. Play the game. Come on, Abs. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, Julius, you're up.
I do want more information to come out, especially from Kelly's side, even though I do stand with her. Um, but yeah, I would like to know more information because it's not like Kelly to have these type of outbursts, and I know that from reading articles about her and stuff like that. So I want to know exactly what happened and to why, and so. But yeah,
You know what's interesting? This is just generic to everybody. Rhea Ora is more problematic than Kelly. So what's interesting is, but I guess I'll roll with it with y'all, right? For speaking purposes, it's like, oh, I never known this person to be problematic. But there's a lot of people that we don't really know to be problematic till we really know that they're problematic. But okay, I'll roll with it until we know we don't know. I guess we'll roll with that. But I know a lot of people saying they don't know her. I don't really know much about her. I don't have no skin in the game either way. But I will say this, 16.1 million followers know about her. And Kelly Rowland has 16.2. So if you go by that, they're kind of even. But I'll carry on. Let's carry on. Bunny, you're up.
So you just brought up the point that they're like even as far as follower count, like a racially ambiguous woman, it's not really hard for her to get elevated versus the actual phenotypically Black woman who has put in 20, 30 years in the game. Kelly should have way more followers, but that's a story for a different day, right? And also that can also trickle to the situation at hand, because I've worked in front and behind cameras on NBC Productions and worked with NBC Universal, and I could say, and I've done just like production coordination and like contracts and waivers and stuff. And you know, you run across higher up speaking about some of the talent, and when they speak about the Black talent, it's, you know, they have this air about when they speak about, you know, Grammy award winning people, Oscar award winning Black talent. It's, you know, we're going to see what we can get away with. So that might have been the case. That might have been the case because I've seen showrunners and producers get a little snarky with Black talent sometimes on set. So it's like, we don't know. I will definitely want to know more from Kelly Rowland herself. I would want to hear her side of the story because I know how some sets can be a toxic environment. And maybe, I don't know the situation, but maybe she might have not had a good experience with, you know, maybe they were talking to her and her team bad. So I really would want to know more. And as for Rita Ora, she takes what she can get, to be honest, because she tried to do the music thing, she tries to do the music thing, and it doesn't stick. She's also more popular overseas than America. She has not been able to fully crack the American market, and she's really desperately trying. So all opportunities are good opportunities for Rita Ora. And that's all I have to say.
I appreciate that. All right. Leo, I'm coming to you. Give me a minute. You're talking about Chris Brown tonight, who was very problematic. He's turning things around now, so Rita should get the same grades. Jamie, I'm with you. We're on the train alone, though. We're on the train alone. We are, but I appreciate you for hopping in this car with me, right? So the thing is, I don't kind of do a lot of because I think no matter what it is, whether you're in entertainment, and in my mind, just because you're an entertainer doesn't mean that you should get more grace and mercy than anybody else who goes through the same ills as you on their job. I don't know too many Black people that can say they got through this job thing unscathed. I don't know too many. And God bless the ones. I ain't mad at the ones that have. But you know, it's like, okay, in entertainment, oh, they talk about the Black talent. Child, at the jobs, they talk about the Black talent. At the Target, the Walmarts, the Dunkin' Donuts, the Starbucks, something's missing. They looking at us. We punch in on time all the time. Others may punch in late, and they still in our face the one day we're running late. So, I mean, this is, and for someone in the entertainment business, when you have worked a long time, you know how to navigate what is. But what is still is what is, and it happens to you. Whether you new in the workforce or you 20, 30 years in the game in the workforce, it happens. Vita 25, that's what I was feeling, but I'm just saying. So, and my thing is, let me carry on. Leo, you're up.
Good evening, everyone. I caught the last seat on the train. I almost missed the train, Jesus.
But we
And
pull back. We pull in.
I'm pulling in the caboose.
Come on now.
Pulling in the caboose.
Yes.
And so I still stand by what I said last night. As a person that's also 30 years in the working game, it is what it is. A lot of times there are challenges, but you do the alchemy, you make lemons out of lemonade, and you keep it pushing for your next opportunity. This ain't the first time she's been to NBC Universal. So I need to know what it is that got her so hot and heated that she had to pack up her balls and go home. Like, got her marbles and left. So I mean, I'm not quite sure. Maybe something egregious happened to her because she is very non-problematic. She is not that girl, and perhaps maybe it was the last straw dealing with them. I don't know, but I do know in my working life, you do have obstacles, uncomfortable, unfortunate situations, and you know what I do? I get up the next morning and I report to work. So I mean, I'm not, I don't know. And I also feel the same thing that opinion feels about Rita Ora. And I'm gonna say this: if this is alleged, I don't know this to be true, but I seen some photos. She had a little something on the side with Jay-Z at one point in time too, and that made me turn my nose up to her as well. So she got some problematic things, but I wish her well. Good luck.
Let me say this though too. If you know anything about New York real estate, if you get an apartment that has a large square footage in it, you hit the lotto. So New York real estate in and of itself is not large spaces. That's number one, right? So, and if you've been, and I'm not even in the entertainment industry, and I've been to a lot of these studios, and I've been in a lot of their rooms where they hold their talent when you're going to be on the show. And I know Dr. Oz, that room was like a closet, like they said, a glorified closet, right? And even the talent that they had, you know, when they do those cooking segments and all of that, their rooms wasn't even that much bigger, right? Because the room is the room and the real estate is the real estate. And most of those shows, maybe, what is the name? Rachel Ray. Rachel Ray's studio is right next to Wendy Williams' studio. I forgot who took over for Rachel Ray. But their studios was on the same block. But outside of that, the rooms for most of those studios, I know the Dr. Oz one, I know the Tamron Hall one, they're not big rooms. They're not like these dressing rooms that are like huge. They're not. Because real estate in New York is not that. Now, I will say who might have had more space because he was in the building solo, to my knowledge, is 106 in Park. But that was down in Harlem, like that, down that way, right? So what is his name? Nick Cannon. That's where he filmed his talk show from. I went there a few times at 106 in Park, and they just had more room because, like I said, I believe that building, he was the only one doing any production out of that building, right? But most of these buildings, they'll be like, oh, so-and-so's upstairs and so-and-so's downstairs, and they're filming now too. Okay, when Martha Stewart, she was in New York. Martha Stewart, now she had a huge space because they had an actual kitchen, like on her studio floor, because she's Martha Stewart, right? It's like you know, cooking and stuff like that, lifestyle stuff. So her studio was like that. But she had one of the biggest studios that I've seen in the talk show history as a result of what she did. But even the way you see when you actually go to these shows live in TV, it makes it seem so big. But then when you get there, you're like, wow, this is not as big as it looks like on TV, right? So I'm saying all of that to say, I'm a non-entertainment person that has been to these shows, and I have yet to see a huge fitting room. right? Yeah, come on now, Bunny. The sets are small. So I'm trying to figure out that if I know this and I'm non-entertainment, how does her crew in her do not have knowledge of said information? It doesn't make sense to me. And my thing is, you got to know the business that you're in.
Did you say yesterday she did the show before? She was in
She
talks
did.
to have full time.
Yeah.
So evidently she knew the space. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not buying this. Oh, whoa, she walked off because the space was too small. I'm not buying that. I'm not. I'm telling you, it's something else to the story. And Page 6 loves to put out stuff that is not founded yet. They love to say sources said. Well, who are your sources? Because
Page
I
6
ain't heard Hope come out and say this, and I ain't heard Kelly say nothing. So I need one of them to come out and say something. Because right now, we speculating on what it is. We was here last week.
Well, hold on though. In my opinion, I don't want to do this. We speculating because then we should never come up on this YouTube because there's never 100% of any story that's out. It's only those maybe those lawsuits because we actually can get the lawsuit cases. But in all of that, people even did a story on this. So I mean, we're saying Page 6. So Page 6, TMZ, people, all of them. They just, and 9 times out of 10, when it's out there, it came from somewhere and something is leading up to that story. Listen, we can love Kelly Rowland. We can love her. But if we want to do that, then we need to say, let's never do a story from TMZ, Page 6, RadarOnline.com. No, when the Shade Room posted or this one posted, because there's no way we're ever going to have 100% of the story. And my thing is, now her people are coming out because now these rumors are that she's pregnant and she got ill, she got sick. No, come on. Every story, no, hold on now. When did you hear me say this was fact? Every story that I do, I'm crucifying a woman. Why? Because it's Kelly Rowland. So everybody else that we talk up here about, I talk the same way. Am I not crucifying those people too? Or because when the person is black and I have a certain standpoint, now I'm crucifying her. We need to hear the rest of the story and all of that. When I came up here and talked about Kevin Costner's wife, I didn't get I was crucifying her. I didn't get, let's wait and hear the story. Let's pull the document. Let's do this. That all came from Page 6, TMZ, and all of that. When you know what, every time I tell a story on a black person, is we got to pull back. We got to wait. I need to hear more of the truth. You crucify her. Those people are lying. We don't hear. She's never been problematic. You know what's funny too? When it came to the Lizzo story. Oh, hold back. Lizzo would never. None of us know Lizzo. Lizzo would never. But when we hear about other people doing essay, it's fact. I believe it. They're sinister. Lizzo would never, and her accusers are straight liars. Come on now. I mean, what's the? I'm trying to talk about it. What's the difference? There is no difference. There is no story whatsoever that we have 100% facts, and we all come up here and give our opinion. But now I'm crucifying Kelly. Why is she a god or something? There's no, we all get mad. We have never in our life gotten mad and maybe said something, wish we didn't, or maybe let something be like, I didn't wish I wouldn't have left it that way. If there's more to the story, there's more to the story, and more of the story come out, I'll be the first one to come up here and say, you know what? I'm okay. I always say I go by what is out now. That's what my discussion is about right now. What is going on right now? So we got so many stories. So nobody from NBC, you think nobody from their camp see these narratives out there? And Hoda herself said thank you to this girl on her Instagram. And she wouldn't say, I heard the stories, y'all, that y'all saying about Kelly. No, it's not right. She's thanking Rita Ora for stepping in. But I'm just, I'm crucifying somebody. I'm lying and I'm putting 20 on 10. We got to stop. It's a story.
Diva.
Wait, give me a minute, Felicia. It's a story. It is what it is. Everybody else have their opinion. I got mine. But my opinion don't mean I'm crucifying this girl. My opinion is based on the story at hand. And if anybody else gotta wait, that's fine. They gotta wait. But I'm giving my opinion on the story that is out here right now. And the story right now is she walked out. And all I said tonight was that Rita Ora won. That's all I said. She did the right thing. Like, she went and she stepped in 2 minutes in the game. And I also gave some factual information, not diva guessing. Real estate in New York is small. It's small. So if you've been there before and you know real estate in New York, then how big of a fitting room are you looking for? That's all. And if it's not that she didn't go in the fitting room, I'm just trying to tell you, Kimberly. So we could say all of these things about Rita and this, that, and the other. But if I say something about Kelly, I'm crucifying her. We can all agree to disagree. And Nika 007, I like that. We can all agree to disagree, but we gotta keep it 100. We would never be able to come up here and talk about any story, because all of my stories that I have gotten from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, they come from TMZ, Page 6, RadarOnline.com. I look on the Sun, I look on the New York Post, I look on the Daily News. It's all the same. And we all comment on all of those stories. But I notice every time I talk about a black person, I'm hating. But if I talk about a white person, I can talk about them all day long. If I talk about a black person, I'm hating. This and that. I don't have the whole story. We gotta wait. Come on now. I'm just telling y'all the truth here. We could go back to every video. If it's a non-black person, we good. If it's a black person, then I'm the devil. All I'm saying is I like Kelly Rowland. I ain't got no issue with her. But I am saying in this case, for what we have now, the story we have now, she walked out and I think it's unprofessional. That's it. That's all. I'm going to go ahead and roll into this next story. I'm going to get off of Kelly. I almost didn't want to do that story, but you know what? It is what it is. I did it, and I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm moving forward. I want to move on to Chris Brown. And again, it came from Page 6. But again, it also has information where he showed that he got the actual email from the NBA and they rescinded his invite because of his past. So Chris Brown claims he was disinvited from playing an NBA All-Star Celebrity Game because of DV pass. So Chris Brown claims he was disinvited from playing in the NBA Star All-Celebrity Game due to his past DV incident with ex-girlfriend Rihanna. The under the influence singer shared screenshots via his Instagram stories early Saturday morning of emails he allegedly received from the basketball league in which they talked about coordinating his travel and logistics for an all-star weekend, which kicked off Friday in Indianapolis. In one email from an alleged representative of the NBA, they shared images of what Brown's blue uniform would look like as part of Lil Wayne's team. I was asked by the NBA to play in an all-star game this year, only for them to call later and say they couldn't do it because their sponsors like Ruffles wrote in one of his posts. At this point, I'm sick of people bothering me, and I'm tired of living in the effing past. I posted an email so y'all could see. The NBA still was trying to get me to come and sit courtside. Not effing happening. The Grammy winner 34 concluded his message saying, I only go where I'm appreciated. Respect. Fans took to Twitter and to defend Brown against the NBA and Ruffles, claiming that the companies have shown hypocrisy when choosing to ban certain people. And that is facts. How many NBA players right now are still actively hired with DV cases? Talk about it. Are putting hands on their significant others, and we know and we don't know it yet. But Chris Brown is the malcontent who can't be allowed to tarnish the brand. A man who took responsibility for his actions and made amends. Yeah, okay. One person tweeted. Ruffles is the same company that allowed Charles Barkley to be a sponsor. Charles Barkley is the same bozo that made an insensitive DV joke in 1990. Charles Barkley is the same individual that told a woman in 2019, I don't hit women, but if I did, I would hit you. Today, he is still a sponsor for Ruffles, another added. The industry really is a hypocritical cesspool of serial abusers, serial child M's, and much more. But we're drawing a line at Chris Brown. Y'all got coaches and team players who should be facing jail time for their behavior, yet they're making plays and we're chastising Chris. The line is always moving, said a third fan. The line is always moving. A fourth user tweeted, Chris Brown is not allowed to work with Nike or NBA. He's not allowed to perform at war shows. He's not allowed to perform at the Super Bowl. But people like Ozzy Osbourne, Dr. Dre can be honored and perform at the Super Bowl. Y'all don't care about DB. Y'all care that it was Rihanna. Okay, see, somebody talking my language here. Somebody's talking my language here. Page 6 has reached out to a rep for NBA for a comment, but did not immediately hear back. However, Ruffles told Page 6 in a statement, Ruffles sponsors last night NBA All-Star Celebrity Game. However, Ruffles did not have any involvement in nor visibility to any player decision or celebrity invite discussions. Okay. Oh, so then now they want to back the train up. See, that's this what I like right here. This is truth right here. It's not about the situation. It's do we care about the person involved in the situation? Because then the conversation changes. And I'm just using her name as an example. Oh, if the egregious is against Beyonce, we got to shut the building down. If it's against Diva, who cares? Let the party continue. Since Brown pleaded guilty to one count of felony assault for beating then girlfriend Rihanna, now 35, in 2009, he has found himself in a heap of legal trouble. In 2017, the No Guidance singer, ex-Karrueche Chan, was granted a 5-year restraining order against him for allegedly becoming an aggressive towards her when she wouldn't return money and gifts he gave during a relationship. Listen, whoever wrote this article right here, Miss Ryan, I hear you, girlfriend. The bar keeps moving. We got predators still working in entertainment. They was at the Grammys. They will be at the Oscars. They're everywhere. And they're allowed to continue on working, enjoying their life, being at every party, at every situation. But if you do something against one person that the people love, then God help you. In my opinion, you're up.
Chris Brown is problematic too. I hate talking about this boy. Let me tell you something. Chris Brown needs a therapist, and badly, because the way he treats black women, and I'm not just talking. I'm not talking about Rihanna nothing. I'm talking about when he was at the club and was denying black women access to come in the club because he didn't want them there. Dark-skinned black women. I don't like the way he is. I don't like, it's something in him that hates dark-skinned black women. And I need people that got these mental issues, because that's some form of mental issue. I need him to get the help he needs, because as long as he's still gonna be problematic, they're gonna still counsel him. And as long as he hasn't gotten any help, they're gonna still counsel him. And I believe the reason why they keep counseling him is because he has not gotten any help. And they can counsel all the rest of them too, because they problematic too.
All right. Thank you, in my opinion. Felicia, you're up.
I'm going to remain consistent. And in saying that, what I am saying is that the NBA ain't nothing but, you know what, and up in there. and the entertainment industry. A whole lot of them is up in there. And that's exactly where Chris should be with his people. And so when they go around wanting to disinvite one because for whatever reason, who you may have harmed or injured, or you didn't bring in the money, or perhaps you didn't play the game as or have a godfather or godmother in the industry, whatever. Because I'm not in this industry, but this is what my thoughts are. I don't like it. Because I don't want Chris Brown over at Opinion House. I don't want him over here in my house. No, go with the people
Child,
who
he wouldn't
like
be over
you.
here.
Go with the people who have liked and loved you for all these years. Stay with them and let him in and let him do his thing because he certainly is talented. Let him get some peace of mind and move on. I think he's paid enough dues. Period.
Thank you. I appreciate you. E, you're up.
Yeah, Chris is talented, and so is Scooby Doo. I wish more corporations would stand on business and stop inviting these abusive and predatory men to these events. Um, if he was previously invited and they rescinded the offer, oh well. He said he is tired of people living in the past. Well, let me tell you what I'm tired of. I'm tired of predators complaining. And I'm tired of pick-me's like Tamara Ryan, who wrote that article championing for violent men and berating for Black women to forgive them. It's not happening. For me, it's not even about Rihanna and that felony DB charge from 2009. If Rihanna forgave him, stupid is as stupid does. My position is Chris Brown's bad reputation is bigger than that. It's deeper than Rihanna. Just last night, we were talking about Kelly Rowland walking off set and folks were ready to cancel her. But are we forgetting Chris Brown not only disapproved of his fitting room, he was upset with the questioning that he had in that Robin Roberts interview in 2011. And when he got to his dressing room, he didn't leave like Kelly did. Chris smashed the windows out and put holes in the walls of Robin Roberts' dressing room in that studio. We're ready to forgive Chris Brown, though, but the Black girl Kelly needs to work on her professionalism and honoring her commitments. I need to go down this list. I'll make it very brief. Did we forget in 2012? Chris poured to Kanye. He stole a woman's phone who took a picture of him. In 2013, he shoved a woman to the ground at a nightclub, leaving torn ligaments in her right knee. In 2015, he forcibly ejected a woman from his tour bus because she wouldn't give him her phone. See, this man has a problem with women who have their cell phones out. He doesn't like to be recorded. In January 2016, he punched a woman in the face at a Vegas nightclub. Later that same year, his tour manager claimed he threatened to beat the brakes off of her. In 2017, his ex-girlfriend Karuchi Tran released threatening texts and voicemails Chris sent her, and incessantly he harassed her after she tried to end their relationship. See, when Tamara Ryan wrote that article, she said that Chris was trying to get back money and gifts that he had given her. No, that man terrorized her and her new relationship well after, and that was documented on Instagram. Okay. In 2018, he was involved in a standoff with the LAPD after a woman called the police because Chris threatened her with a pow pow. In 2019, Chris and two of his employees were detained in Paris after a woman accused him and two other of his associates of aggravated SA. Earlier that same year, Chris poured a pow pow on some woman on Instagram, and he said that a female band who he had a disagreement with, they should all run out in front of speeding buses. Okay. In 2022, this is my last one, he was hit with a $20 million lawsuit of a woman accusing him of drugging and R-wording her on a yacht in Florida. Chris Brown sounds like P. Diddy, Kanye, Ray J, Ike Turner, Trey Songz, and Bow Wow all wrapped into one. Why are we always berating Black women to forgive Chris Brown as if Chris going back to work is a benefit to our lives? I don't care where he goes. As long as he's not around me, just like Miss Felicia, in my opinion, said, this man is a colorist. Numerous black women have come out over the past 2 decades stating, oh, he doesn't let dark skinned women in his section. That's fine. And then on his album, he said on one of the songs, I only mess with black girls who have good hair. This man is a terror for black women. But whenever the white people won't hire him for a job, they come begging the black girls to help propel him to this illusion of a pedestal that he's the next closest thing to Michael Jackson. Chris Brown going to work is not a black woman's problem, and we must stop minimizing abusive and divisive and problematic behavior and chalking it up to everybody has a past. This man gets in trouble and accused of harming women every year. Everybody's not lying on him.
All right. Well, E, you have spoken. Okay. But Jay-Z is over the Super Bowl shaking my head. You
Get him
know,
too.
yeah, the thing is though, let's be clear. If they were to take every predator off the invitation, nobody will be at the game. And so my thing is not necessarily 100% just crits. My thing is that you sending this man an invitation, and like somebody rightfully called out, Ruffles got an issue. That's why Ruffles made a statement. They like, oh, we ain't got nothing to do with who's invited, who's not invited, or whatever the case may be. My thing is, you can feel that way, not a problem. But stop sending somebody an invitation only to then take it back. You're mentally messing with them. Mentally. And I think that's not right. And you know what? Here's the thing too. A lot of these men, unfortunately, do this. Somebody has something going on in the background. There's noise. You gotta mute yourself and turn off everything in your background, please. So there's a lot of men that they may not say it out loud, but they prefer people that look a certain way and have a certain hair type. We see most of these men in the entertainment industry do it. But then we want to feel a certain kind of way when the ones that at least they said, you know, the best thing is when somebody tell you exactly who they are. Kevin Hart traded out Tori for somebody that looked totally different, but I don't want to go down that road right now. Dustin, you're up. It's their preference.
My feelings about this is Diva. I feel like he should be allowed to go to the thing because they're the ones that invited him and then they turned around and disinvited him. I feel like that was very unfair. Why would you sit there and disinvite somebody just because of this? This 2024 needs to be a changing year for everybody. Everybody has a past, and we need to move on. This is getting ridiculous. And I stand up with Chris Brown on this one.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Dustin. Bunny, you're up.
In regards to Chris Brown, I'm not a fan of his. However, they just need to stop inviting him. Like, I feel like I feel like they invite him thinking that people got over it, and then when people hear his name, they read the room, so to speak. And when more people are saying, ew, why would you invite Chris Brown? He's a this, he's a that, right? Then they renege on the invitation. That's basically what is giving. It's like, okay, let's invite him. Maybe they got over it this time. Now maybe it's 2024. Maybe they don't care anymore. But they see people care and then they have to renege on the invite. I don't know. He has a long history of being, you know, not keeping his hands to himself when it comes to men and women. Like, he's gotten into it with Frank Ocean, who bothers nobody. So it's not even just the women, it's the men too. So I mean, and even sometimes where it's like he has beef with Quavo from the Migos. He has beef with the Migos. Like, it's, I don't know. It's with him. I don't know. He's not a good person in my eyes because he keeps getting trouble. Always finds him,
Mhm.
but they should just not invite him anywhere. Like, they need to keep that same energy. And also, like Felicia, in my opinion, and a lot of y'all said on this panel already, like, he he and other people like him should not be invited. I know that the venues and the award shows might be empty, but we need to hold more individuals in the industry that have been getting away with this stuff accountable.
I agree with that, right? Because so what's the guy? I want to say Travis Scott, right? That just did the latest Grammys.
Yes.
Okay. He did his show, right? And they still, I don't think that trial is over yet, right?
No,
With
the people haven't settled out of court. The people haven't, had an arbitration of any kind. Like, it's still, they still have like another trial date. No. And they have slowly let him back into the industry, which I think is ridiculous.
right. And so my thing is, it's like, is this unequal? Like the needle keeps moving. The needle keeps moving, and it only moves for the people they want it to move for, right? And so, not for nothing, Rihanna's husband, I'm saying her husband, her baby daddy, he
Yeah.
got a situation going on. Isn't he accused of being of unaliving somebody or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they need to get him too.
My only point is that there's so many Chris Browns out there, but mentally they're playing a mental game with him that is so public, and people are saying that he takes substances. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. Imagine having the whole world against you and you're trying, but everywhere you go someone's against you. He's trying to drown out the noise. And unfortunately, he probably picked up substances to try to drown it out. And then I'm connecting with you, Bunny, is that they're testing the waters. And then after they send out the invite, they're like, oh, damn, these people are coming for our neck. We got to take this invite back. But that NBA, shame on them. Because who is doing the homework, right? Because they know whatever award show that he just got disinvited to was recent. So why would you even try to test the waters again? You should know that probably the response was going to be the same. So the people that get paid to do jobs now, it's just unbelievable to me that they can't even do basic homework. And I'm not even in that field, and I could get a basic concept. Like if his name would have came up and I was sitting there, I would be like, I don't know if y'all want to do that, guys. Remember, this just happened. I don't think the public's ready. But I do think it's messed up. You are messing with someone's mind when you send them an invite and then you disinvite them. It's a mental game. That's wrong. And yes, he's problematic. But I will say if we list about 10 people in the industry, they're probably problematic. My screen shifted. If I miss you, I will circle back to you. Just give me a minute. I'm going to stay on the line with Bunny. Leo, you're up.
Right. So, Chris Brown, right. So I feel you, E. I get everything you're saying about his problematic past. I also think that it is true that the NBA perhaps was trying to test the waters, perhaps, and then to rescind the invitation. I think that he is a distraction, and I think that Chris Brown is low hanging fruit. And what do I mean by that? I mean that the NBA, they got their own problems with their own DV people and they own SA people and they own our people who do these despicable things to women within the association, within the players, within the coaches. So they had their own problems. We already went through the Idoku what's the name? Nia Long man. He out here doing his thing. I think he low hanging fruit. I think that people are using this man as a way to say, hey, look, we're paying attention to the issues. We're going to invite him and then rescind our invitation because we're paying attention to the issues. And it's really not. That's really not what they're doing. I think he's just used that way. And his reaction to all the times that he is invited and then he is disinvited kind of shows that he knows that he's being used. He's being used. Am I saying that he did not commit some horrible things to some women? No, I'm not. Do I think I'm ready to give Chris Brown grace? No, not really. You know, I could care one way or the other. And let him sing, like Felicia said, let him be with his people. They all over there doing the horrible things to women anyway. If they gonna come for one, they ought to come for all of them. If they ain't gonna come for all of them, then what you doing? Then obviously you're trying to make a statement. You're trying to make something happen to make it seem like you're doing something that you really ain't doing. As far as the association, as far as the NBA or the Grammys, whichever one, they making like they're doing something they ain't really doing. That's just my opinion.
I agree with you. And you know what too? There's this football player. I'm not the sports girl, but the one before he even married the chick, he was shown knocking her out.
Ray Rice.
Yeah, knocked her out on the elevator. Later on, they got married. Now they want to give him some type of award. There's another football player. It was her home surveillance cam. He was throwing this chick around. It was his baby mother around like a rag doll. The police in the town knew him. So all before that, he was putting his hands on her, and she went and reported it. They did nothing. The only reason why they did something because she finally put up some cameras and had it on videotape, so they couldn't ignore that. But now she the one at the courthouse, saying he a good father and all this other stuff. What am I saying? What I'm saying is that all of these men are predators. All of them. They cover up for who they want to cover up for. If you go and you really look back at the whole Epstein story, in that documentary, they tell you the cops told him 1,000,000 times over to knock it off. They knew what he was doing. Clive Davis said that Diddy was still invited to the pre-Grammys party. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a back door that he went in and he was there. I'm just saying it ain't right, but it also is not cool that you get to play with somebody's mind at will. That would drive anybody bananas. Come on now, Allison, shut it all down. Shut it down. If we're going to be fair and equal, shut it all down and stop inviting him. Stop inviting him. Stop inviting him. Just don't invite him no more. He showed the footage with him and Sierra practicing for that award show for the Michael Jackson tribute, only for them to later on at the 11th hour said, oops, we're sorry. It's not right. It's a very dangerous industry. It's dangerous, and they will play with your mind if you let them. Stop playing with him. He's 34. 34. And do I think he probably dips and dabs? I've seen a couple videos. It looks like surely he does. But like I said, I'm not shocked. The mind games is unreal. Let me just do an inventory here, make sure I got. Felicia, I came to you on this story already?
Yes, you did.
Okay, E, did I come to you?
Yes, ma'am. Choo-choo.
Okay, Tay, did I come to you?
No, man. It's shelf.
You're up then.
Well, I agree with everybody, but Chris Brown need like some help, and then he need like a people who care about his wealthy and his health, and he start hanging around with you. people who gonna drag him down. I mean, I forget him what he did, but we ain't forgot about that. And tell that I hope and pray that he can turn his life around. That's all.
I appreciate you, Tay Tay. But you know what the other foolery in it is? Oh, I can't be in the game, but you want to sit courtside? Get the heck out of here. Katrina, did I come to you on this story already?
Oh,
Go ahead.
Okay, let's do it this way. Yes, we know Chris Brown got a speckled past. Okay, but what about Cardi B when she said she was DMing? What about her when she got into these fights with this other woman over Offset? So she's never been counseled. She never get told that she can't come to these places. The thing with Chris Brown, that like you said, that boy practiced, put so many hours in doing that Michael Jackson tribute. Y'all waited after this man done practice and practice and practice to tell him that y'all don't need him doing it because Michael Jackson was supposed to be a P. Okay, but when Michael Jackson died, he was the most greatest man there was. He did this, you ain't hear nothing like that. Then you got Dr. Dre, who beat the heck out of Michelle A. But he's performing at the Super Bowl. He knocked what's her name? Teeth out. And nobody even helped her. I forgot her name, but she was like on that yeah, Yo Raps, whatever that thing used to be
Yeah,
back in the day. He knocked her teeth out. But what was he doing? He performed at the Super Bowl. He got an award that he gave to Jay-Z, another predator, but he's not canceled. Yes, Chris Brown did that. And don't think I'm taking up for no abuser, y'all. Don't think that. But what I'm saying is, yeah, he was young. I have a son. But but his tail better not put his hand on no woman. I tell you that much, because I would take care of that part. I don't need the police. I would take care of that, because when I was getting ready to book my child, she called the police on me. When the police got to the house, he said, you want to use my belt or yours? But either way, if you're gonna disinvite one person, leave them alone. Don't get nobody hopes up and then turn around and say, well, we don't want you here. First of all, you should have did my background check and did everything else before you even took out your pen to send me an invitation, because I don't need you playing with me. And like I said, he got a pass whatsoever, just like everybody else got a pass. The thing of it is, if you don't want to be around him, leave him alone. Because that man does hard work. And like you said, everything in his life is not perfectly clean. Ain't nothing perfectly clean in nobody's life. But the thing of it is, he works hard. He don't ask anybody for anything. When he perform, he gives his best. And the thing of it, like I said, everybody, all those celebrities got a pass. If they want to bring up all their past, all of them got a pass. Everybody knew what Bill Cosby was doing, but did he get canceled at that point? No, he got canceled when he wanted to buy a TV station, and then everything came up. Same thing with Puff Daddy. They knew what he was doing. Did they cancel him? He got canceled when he went against those people for that alcohol. They been knowing what he was doing. They been know what all these people was doing. And like Felicia said, that's their type of group. So why cancel him and still have other people coming when all of them in there have done some of the same thing? Not just the men. You got some trifling women's in that celebrity thing too. They did some same things. Now I said you have heard about women beating on men sometimes. They have done it too. You think these women ain't did that? Okay, look at Quavo. That fought his girl, what's her name? So Weedy in the elevator. But was he canceled? No. Quavo still was performing with Offset and Takeoff. They didn't cancel him. And we saw what he did to her in the elevator, but did he get canceled? No. So if you're going to cancel one person, cancel them all. And the thing about it is, we might not forgive Chris Brown, but the thing of it is, the person that he hurt forgave him. And she would have stayed with him if the people wouldn't have said, you got to leave him alone or you're going to lose your fans. Rihanna went right back with Chris Brown. And like I said, the thing of it is, we can't make that decision about his life because that's his life. We can support or we don't have to support. So stop inviting him. Leave him alone. Don't play with nobody's emotions. Because some people just can't handle that. And yes, we know that he's into substance and stuff like that. Leave him alone. Like I said, I'm not defending anybody. I'm just calling out. If you don't want him to do it, then don't do it. But don't have me dang if you gonna send me an invitation and then gonna tell me I can be court say, okay, so I'm not good enough to play in your game, but I'm good enough to sit in your court, to sit in your stadium. Make that make sense. If I'm not good enough to be on your court, I don't need to be in your stands. You need to leave me at the house. What kind of mess is that? You playing with somebody, man. You playing you going both ways. You playing a game. And that game is not fair. If Jack, I said, if they didn't want them there, then don't let them come there. And like I said, a lot of them celebrities and did some stuff. And like I said, look at Jay-Z, look at Dr. Dre, look at all of them. And have they ever been canceled? No, because why? They're billionaires and they need their money. They need their money to come into the game. So, like I said, if you're gonna cancel one, cancel all of them. And that's all I got to say, y'all.
I appreciate you. So you're talking about Dee Barnes. I'm not going to go into this whole story, but she did come out and she spoke about that award. She said the Grammys called for Dr. Dre an icon. Dee Barnes calls him. The Grammys called Dr. Dre an icon. Dee Barnes calls him an abuser. In the Rolling Stone exclusive, Barnes candidly reacts to Dre's latest Grammy victory while looking back on the violence she says she experienced at his hands. Okay, so I have to subscribe to go in this, but I did read this article. It's a really good article, and she could not understand why this man, they got a whole award named after him, and what he did to her, which he admitted to and apologized, was horrific, and she's still traumatized about it to this day. Traumatized. Now, his ex-wife, she called all the people, because even what's the name with the squeaky voice?
Michelet.
Michelet, who has a child by him. She talked about the abuse. The wife was 10 toes down at the time, calling everybody a liar. Then when the wife goes to get a divorce from him, what did she talk about? And he's sitting in the Grammy smiling, and there's a whole award named after him. But God forbid Chris Brown get on the stage and do something to a Michael Jackson tribute. Like, we got to stop the nonsense. It's just nonsense.
So are we saying we want to get all the men, or are we just saying what are we saying?
What I'm saying is let's do a clear line here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either we're going to stand for it all the way across the board, or are you going to let everybody back through the door all the way across the board? You're crucifying. They're using him as a test dummy, in my opinion. You're crucifying him. You're inviting him. You're uninviting him. And you're doing all of that. But every time we turn on the TV and look at the award show, there's one abuser in some way, shape, or form on that stage getting an award or got an award in their name.
So can I ask because I'm sure there are lots of women who would say, yes, get them all. But if we don't have the power to get them all, we don't want everybody to be let back in. We have to go one at a time, and we have to get what we can get and then keep striving because it's never going to be equal. It's never going to look how we think it should look, but we can't just let people back in just because somebody else got back in. We're going to try to get to them later. They're not exempt. They're not forgiven.
You're not even trying to get to them. You're picking on one individual.
Are you talking about the corporations? I hear that, but there are women who say, because I keep hearing, well, what about Jay-Z? We don't want him either. His time is coming. They're after him actively. But that doesn't mean, in the meantime, Chris needs to be back invited to everything, because I feel like that's where I keep getting hit in the blind spot. Like, I feel like I'm missing it.
Well, let me connect with you, E. What I'm saying is, if you don't want him, stop inviting him. Stop playing with his mind. Stop doing that. That is a high level of evilness. And he's 34. So you want to keep sitting there and inviting him only to disinvite him. In meantime, you got a whole bunch of predators on the field. But how hypocritical is it? He can't play in the game, but he could sit on the floor courtside.
Yeah, anybody can sit on the court, but not everybody can perform. Yeah, you can sit and watch and pay your money. That's fine.
He wasn't going to pay his money though. They was paying for him to still come there. Come on, E. We got to
It's a
level.
consolation. It's a consolation because we made a mistake. You can come
But
and
you know
sit.
what? When it comes to things like this, it's not a joke to me. And it's also the thing is that's not really a joke. The joke, it's not a joke for me. Just like I said before, jail is your punishment. I don't agree that you should be in jail and then they should treat you less than human because you are in jail. Jail is the punishment, right? So it shouldn't be you should go to jail. We're gonna beat on you. You could get hard. You could get this. You could get treated less than a human. We can make you sick and then send your body somewhere and they steal your organs and then your family get the body and you don't have no organs. You don't have nothing. I don't agree with those concepts, right? So you canceled him. Let him remain canceled. But don't start sending him invites because you're doing something to his mind. It's not fair. It's not right. How can I recover when every time I try to recover, they're beating me down? What human being can really withstand that? None. None. So then you want to look and say, oh, he's a drug addict and he's this. What the heck do you want that person to do? Like they can't win for losing. Now, I don't agree, and that's 100%. Don't put your hands on nobody. But you're playing with his mind. No matter how good he tries to cheat, how he tries to recover, you're going to slap him in the face and still say, you know what? You hit this one. You're you're this, you're that. But E, give me a minute because I got more people to get to, and I will circle back to you. Felicia, I feel like you was trying to say something, and then I'm gonna get to the people I missed.
I'm going to just say it in very short order.
Uh-huh.
The Dr. Dre Award is an award that he pays to the Grammy organization to have in his name. So let's say it's $500,000. You make this donation, and then they create this award for you. So does Chris Brown still have that kind of money? I don't know. I'm not going at it with the chat. I suspect he does not. So he cannot pay his way back into favor. You are not going to make money when you're not making us money. And I think, I don't remember now, and I apologize, who asked, well, what about the women? And that was an excellent question. Diva and I was watching the Grammys, and the alleged predator Lizzo was right there down front getting an award. So I think what we're saying here, at least I'm saying this is where they belong. This is how they play. This is what they do. This is accepted behavior. So for Chris not to be able to be in the company of his peers and to be mistreated by his peers based on some perception that they say it's the public, because I don't think any of us in the public really know who's going to perform or not until you get close to that time. They're using us to say you're not welcomed versus you ain't got no money, you're not making us no money, therefore you're not welcome. That's what.
Come on now. I appreciate that. I appreciate you dropped that in there.
Right. And remember, we saw Lizzo. She was down front and on the stage. Yes, she was.
But see, I can understand that better when you say that. However, I'm still missing the part where we are supposed to care about his feelings in that, because it's no honor amongst thieves. And when we say that jail, because it's not a joke to me either, but when we say jail is the punishment, he hasn't been to jail.
Yes, he has.
He's been in jail for years.
He's been in jail for years, but he went to jail for his.
Okay, so hold on, please, because I gotta let other people in that didn't speak.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, E. But let me say this: just because the bars, you're not physically behind the bars, you could be out in these streets and still be locked up.
But if I'm trying to figure out, for someone like me, what does he want from me? What does he want from me?
Here's the thing, though, E. If you don't care about your neighbor, it's going to impact you.
No, I care about my neighbor, but he's not my neighbor.
You know what? You're missing the point. Well, when we don't care about others, see, the thing is, they're doing it to that brother and it eventually is going to trickle down to our uncle, cousin, nephew, friend, a neighbor, so forth and so on. Because when they could get away with it trickles down to everybody. So I know it's hard to relate, right? Because right now, the relation to it all is the fact that, oh, it is Chris Brown. Oh, it's entertainment. Oh, it's this. But I'm telling you to narrow it all the way back down to us who work at Target, Walmart, corporate America. The same shenanigans happen. The same shenanigans happen. We got to stop it on every single level. You understand? When we're at our regular jobs, right, doing our thing, person A could have had 55 tags on their marked on their record. We get one, we're gone, they get to stay. It's the same concept. It's the same concept. I get it, right? I get all the things that these men have done. I get all the things that Chris Brown has done. Well, stop inviting him. It's like you telling me I got the job, I'm good, I passed the drug test, they got all my references, then I show up to work and they like, oh, I'm sorry, we made a mistake. We didn't know XYZ, but I done told my job over here that I gave my 2 weeks notice. What are you talking about? It has to be stopped on every level. You can't move the goalposts when you feel like it. And all I'm saying is stop inviting this man if you know the end result is you're going to disinvite him. But you really didn't disinvite him. So you still don't have no integrity. We want to stop you from playing the game, but you can still sit there and we're going to give you all the perks and bring whoever you want. Bring your kids, bring your sisters, bring your cousins. We just can't let you play. But you want my presence there. So when you span that camera, you want everybody to see that I'm sitting in the audience. You can kick rocks. Savannah, you're up. If Julius, if I skip you, I'm coming back. I'll circle back. I'm sorry. Because my screen is spinning. Savannah.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. I am glad that we, as a community, as a society, are finally having this conversation of Chris Brown. I think that everyone that we've mentioned tonight are just players, but they're not decision makers. Decision makers are the record companies, are the Clive Davis and those that top level of person there. And until we as a community forgive, because as we see in the conversation tonight here on the panel, until we can find some level of forgiveness and acceptance for Chris Brown and demand that he be allowed into some of these spaces, just like all these other predators and A's and SA's and DV's, and whether it be in sports, music, entertainment. And we've had this conversation on many panels on many celebrities and well-known figures. So I don't see where we can't find some grace for this young man. I haven't seen where Chris has been in any type of media mess lately. I think he's kept a low profile. I don't follow him. I know my niece is crazy about him and she does go to all his concerts. He does sell out quite regularly. And he's a talented young man, and I can understand and see why he is so frustrated and has these demons that he constantly is battling. And yes, he has, or it looks like he has some type of substance, but I can see why. I mean, this is difficult on him. How many years has this been that how long do we have to keep chastising and crucifying this young man? If Rihanna has forgiven him, most in the industry has forgiven him. I can forgive, not forget, but I'm not going to continuously keep throwing stones on Chris at all, because he is talented, and if we can accept all these others, from Cardi B on down, then I don't see why we can't accept Chris in some type of stage or arena or entertainment value, because he does give entertainment, and stop messing with his mind. Um, because that's just been someone into the dark place, and we definitely don't need to lose another young talent.
I appreciate you, Savannah. Julius, did I skip you?
Yes. Um, ev- my thoughts are pretty much what everyone has been saying, and you, Diva. If all the other crazies can come back and perform at the Grammys and ship the caviar and the champagne, he can too. I mean, like, let's just keep it real. Like, stop with the selective outrage. Rihanna ain't looking for him or anything like that. Like, stop using her as a scapegoat. Let's just keep it real. Because all the big wigs, they got major skeletons more than him in their closets. And so, yeah.
I appreciate you, Precious Gems. Thank you for the super chat. She's a great example, Diva. I appreciate you. Did I skip anybody in this particular conversation? Okay, I appreciate everyone's commentary on this. And listen, we know what he did. Let's see how many years Diddy suffers this type of humiliation. Diddy's situation ain't over yet. What's his name? Russell Simmons fled to Bali, but I think they about to go pick him up and ship him right back here. It's a lot of them.
I
But
love to hear it.
somebody mentioned though, which it really struck a chord on me. Time is going to tell. A lot of these people have some sinister past, and it's all going to come to light. After a while, their money is not going to be able to block them or save them. And we shall see. Time will tell. If Jesus can forgive and have compassion, so can we. I know, but we seem to have compassion for those we want, and the others we're like, lock them up, kick them out, throw away the key. It's people still dealing with these abuses, but commenting about him. That part right there, it's a mess. They just wanted to use him. So we're going to move on to this next story. I didn't even know they was going to do a documentary about James Brown, but I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And his daughter said, she's just amazed at how many people to this day comes in her DMs, to talk about her father. But I want to be clear, and just say this. James Brown, too, allegedly was known for putting his hands on the ladies. All right. So James Brown's daughters still get DMs from his fans all the time, almost 20 years after his death. Their papa's got a brand new message. James Brown's daughter says their Instagram inboxes are filled with DMs from their dad's fans, from places as far as Japan, Africa, and Australia, almost 20 years after his passing. It's all the time from people from all over the world. Sometimes I got to hit C translation because I don't understand what they said Deanna 55, who is featured in an exclusive clip above the post. Got from an upcoming A&E docuseries, Jane Brown, Say It Loud. You know what? I gotta back up because I'm gonna take a chance. I really want y'all to see this. What she had to say, because it was so touching. I got to pull it back up again. Forgive me, y'all. I went out of it for 1 second. It was so touching. Here it is. It's so touching, and it's such a good clip. Let's see if I get away with showing this. We're going to see. I hate these ads. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm hoping it passed. It's such a it's such a nice clip. I'll go back to it. They don't even recognize I don't speak the language. Baby, you got to talk to me in English. Okay, here it is. Okay, hold on. Let me play this for y'all.
I was in California. My sister and I, Yama, we went out.
Opioid. Hold on, guys. I will be there.
Overdose is a serious crisis, but with naloxone,
I will be watching it. I thought that was just such a really sweet clip, especially everything that his daughter said about him. Let me pause that. Yama 51 says she is always touched to learn that Brown, who was called the hardest working man in show business, took time to chat it up with his fan base. Most people say, I met him and we got a chance to talk. She told the Post ahead of the premiere of the docuseries, which airs on February 19th and 20th. The Brown girls, who are both based in Aiken, South Carolina, pay homage to their dad, who died in 2006 at 73 after contracting pneumonia, with their Instagram handles. Deanna is at James Brown daughter, and Yama's at daughter of soul. Brown, who grew up extremely poor in Georgia and only had a seventh grade education, was put in a juvenile prison at 15 for car theft, and later in his life was arrested multiple times for drugs, weapons, and domestic violence. I grew up, of course, seeing the love, but also seeing the hurt that he caused my mom by abusing her, Yama records in the docuseries. The woman said their mother, Deidre Jenkins, who was married to Brown from 1970 to 1981, is doing well, but was not interested in being part of the docuseries. My mom is that part of her life where this kind of stuff does not faze her. It's like, y'all go do that for your daddy. That's real nice. Enjoy and have fun, said Deanna. They said their mother doesn't always get the recognition she deserves. She was there during the high prime of his life and was very, very instrumental in a lot of different things, but she's kind of stayed behind the scenes. She wasn't one to be on stage. She was happy raising her two daughters and being Miss James Brown, said Deanna, who was born in St. Albans, Queens, where Brown had a home. Deanna recalled the Queens Historic District, where many well-known African Americans reside. Our neighbors were people like Ella Fitzgerald and W.E.B. Du Bois, she explained. Dad had the front driveway shaped like an album. The duo said as they got older, they tried not to bring their boyfriends around their father, especially when Deanna was dating her now husband, who worked for Brown. The rule was, you don't mess with the boss' daughter, she said. I ended up dating on the down low for 2 years my husband, because he was a property manager at the house. Dad was very protective of us because, of course, somebody could come and think they could hit the jackpot or something. Deanna also explained that the death of Brown's son, Teddy, from a car accident in 1973, which was their half-brother, Daryl, believes was caused by him getting shot before the crash, added to their father's fear for his daughter's safety. He certainly was very protective over his girls, she said. Their honorary brother, Usher, whom their dad dubbed the godson of soul, made them proud during his Super Bowl halftime performance. I remember being at Michael Jackson's funeral, and I was talking to Usher at the reception, said Deanna. And he was like, what is it that your dad used to call me? The godson. He said, yep, that's me. I got my marching orders. He took it serious too. He did an amazing job at the Super Bowl. He knows what his mission is. So I'm interested in seeing the docuseries. But as you can see there, they admitted, the mom admitted that, James Brown, unfortunately, he had a problem with putting his hands on the people. Felicia, you're up.
Okay. Sorry for that delay. I love James Brown music. I love the funk of the music. I love the genre, the time. They were very kind to him in that piece. His daughter's beautiful. Gosh, she's beautiful. And she has great love for her father, and I'm glad she does. But, I had often heard, and I don't know, what? How many kids that man had? Like 10. And I think he beat up about, I don't know, 100 women, ran a couple over with some cars and stuff. He was crazy. And so, I, tonight's not a good night for the men. Look, it hasn't been a good week. And I don't want to disappoint my sisters in the back row. I'm a keep it 100. The man was beating up and running people over, and
he was. We got to tell the truth. That's
so,
why her mother said, "I ain't going when you go ahead and do that for your daddy."
And what do you say, Diva? Silence is golden. And she said, I've been quiet.
Yeah.
For 4 to 5 decades, I'm going to stay quiet now because I'm not going to go up there and lie. I'll let my daughters talk about the goodness of their father, but I'm not going to go up there and lie and say he was a great husband. And thank you for reminding me of that. And that what makes this great, that this woman says, you know what? I'm not doing that no more. I'm not going up there. I'm not going to talk about he was a great husband, a great provider, and he was loyal and faithful. And no, I'm not. I'll let my daughters do it and speak of the goodness of their father and keep it moving. So
keep it moving. That's it. Y'all go do that for your daddy. And
it's very interesting that she says, well, Usher was the godson. There's so many godsons out here. God bless them. All of them stay in the entertainment industry. Stay together. You're beating people up, running people over. I'm just done with all of them. Just stay over there. We don't, mean opinion, we don't want them in our neighborhood, and we don't want them in our house. And we're not putting no chair at the table for Easter for them to come in. Okay?
That part. Well, Allison, you don't send a word.
Yeah. Well, shoot, get me my Easter ham with some extra honey.
But Allison, you said a word here. Brown and Brown, one most loved and one most hated. That part. But yet they both had the same sinister past. Okay, we're gonna keep it moving now. We ain't got to preach tonight. Where am I at? You're up.
I don't know anything about James Brown, but Diva, when you said that he had a reputation for DVing women, I lost any interest in wanting to find out. I'm consistent with my beliefs. I have nothing good for any man who puts his hands on a woman. Nothing good. And I'll save that for Pick Misha. I don't quote Phaedra Parks very often, but I'm going to use the line she said to Peter and Cynthia in the back of that limo. You got to bring me somebody clean. I love music, I love men, and I love good work ethic. If you know any good men who make music who have not engaged in any DV or SA, please drop their names in the chat. I want to listen to some good men.
You better turn off your radio. Tay.
Hey, I got a good man for you to listen to.
Who?
Tom Jones. You need to listen to him.
I don't know who that is.
He's a singer. He's from Bridge.
You know Tom Jones. What
the
100 years old dancing to on Fresh Prince.
I'll look it up while y'all. I'll look up some songs while y'all are going.
Well, I listened to James Brown too, but I remember on the Get Up the movie too. I watched that too, and Jesus, I didn't know he ran over people like that too. I mean, good Lord, that is bad right there. But I love his songs. I like Please, 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 and Try Me. That's one of my 2 favorite songs from him right there. And I love me some James Brown. And that's all, Diva. Well, I'm with Felicia. Do not find him over here either. Because if you mess with me, you know what you get. I'll throw something at you too. Thank you.
Thank you, Tay. Savannah, you're up.
Well, so fitting. Another Brown that was quite entertaining in the industry. I remember James and Brown and all his news, and at that time we didn't have social media. If you can recall, those things came in the, whether it was the National Enquirer or even on the news. At that time, he came into the. James was always interesting. That is for sure. But he was also um, shunned by the industry, and then always accepted back in some way somehow, especially in the South. And what this article proved to me is, no matter what, those are still daddy's little girls, and they wanted to make sure that they showed a different side of their father. I like Tay Tay. I love the late great Chadwick Boseman in Get Up. I think that's when I first actually saw his greatness as an actor. Because it compared to me how Jamie Foxx did Ray, and I think that Chadwick really studied James Brown and all his mannerisms and how he moved. There was only one that was for sure James, but I definitely know that those girls did love their father, and he did love his kids, all of them, all of them. So even in his hard times, he loved him some women, but he definitely did look out for his children.
Savannah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Katrina, you're up. Are you there? All right, Leo, you're up.
Yes, actually, Felicia took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say the same thing. I believe he beat every woman he was ever with. Like, I have seen several documentaries from other independent people on James Brown. And I also, too, love James Brown's music. I love the Big Payback, and I love It Costs to Be the Boss. Those are my jams right there. Now those are my jams. The Big Payback will have you cleaning your house up and down, and your house will be sparkling after the Big Payback.
And
Okay.
listen, and Papa don't take no mess.
And Papa don't take no mess.
And
I
I'm
mean, I
black and I'm
do.
proud.
And also too that song as well, but there's another thing too that people don't really give him credit for. He had good business acumen as well. He owned his songs. He was a terrible employer. I mean, he would slap around the people that work for him. He would put hangs on them as well. The man was a little terror. Okay. But he had great work ethic, and he demanded it from other people. And even if you would like be a bass player or a saxophone player, if you hit a note wrong, he would just give you a look that you knew that your pay was going to get docked for hitting that wrong note. That man was a terror.
He was a terror.
He was a terror.
That's why
He
that
was, but he had some good music.
that documentary. She said, "No, I'll pass."
That's exactly right. She said, I ain't gonna put no bad name on my children's father. So I'm gonna go, y'all children, y'all do it. And I also, the way Savannah said that, I love the way that they love their father. The way girls do love their father. They probably only know the good side of him. And as we know, people are 2 and 3 dimensional, and great on him that he was a good father to those girls.
Woo-hoo. But like you said, a terror. He put his hands. He was an equal opportunity. Put your hands on type of person. Allegedly.
He would beat the people. Allegedly, he would beat the people.
Oh my God.
Can you hear me, Diva?
Yes, I can. Give me a minute now. You're
okay
on the lower half of the line.
Go ahead,
Bunny,
it's fine.
okay, Bunny.
Another Brown we got to discuss. I don't know what's with that last name. I thank God I don't have that last name. No shade, no shade. But it just seems, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other people with the last name Brown that are wonderful people. Um, but
Yeah, Bobby Brown.
oh no.
No.
E.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll find a Brown that is doing good. We'll find one. But James Brown, I'll say this as a positive. Um I love that the mom got out the way so the daughters can make the money and bring the money back home from this documentary. Get paid for your pain because you know, unfortunately someone's gonna, I mean, the story has been told so many times. I'm just hoping that the ex-wife has received compensation for having to, for these production companies to have her relive these traumatic moments in her life with her then husband. I just hope that the daughters, made their money. Um, Great artists. It's unfortunate. These people are so talented, but they just, they're problematic.
Yeah, they got demons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, like, it's just, I just, I don't, I hate like that. It's like becoming a everyday conversation with these public figures from the past, present, and it will be in the future too. Like, I just wish it would stop.
Yeah. From what I pulled up, He has 9 children. He had 9 children, and the oldest is the one that unfortunately lost his life. He had 9 children. I don't know how many wives, but he had several wives, girlfriends, or significant others. Um, did I get everybody on this line? In my opinion, you spoke correct.
No.
Okay, You're up.
Okay, so James Brown was an angry man.
Oh my.
And he was an angry man because of what he had to go through. But with all the things that we're saying, let's not forget that he also, in the 1960s, was a big part of the civil rights movement.
Speak opinion.
Not only for black people, he was going to presidential campaigns. He was doing it. And not only did he do that, in 1966, he made a song for young kids never to drop out of school, teaching them the importance of a good education. His faults that you can say for him, he got some good faults too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what demons happened to him that made him become the man he was or what he had to experience. But I will say that man did an amazing job fighting for the liberties that we so have today, because he was a big part doing charity galas for us to be free. So whenever you think about your right to vote and all that, and y'all thinking Dr. Martin Luther King on this February, which is Black History Month, then y'all give y'all props up to James Brown too, because he was a big part of it as well. Him, Aretha Franklin, all of them, they paved the way so that we can have freedom.
He was raised in a brothel, in my opinion. That was a lot of his anger too. He was shipped away from his family, and somebody else took him in, and he was raised in a brothel.
Yeah. Whew. Well, that goes to a point that Felicia always make, right? Kids are to be loved and protected, and when they're not, this is what you get as an adult.
Diva, if I may, I'd like to read a little clip.
And that song is "Don't Be a Dropout" if y'all want to listen to it. It was to teach the kids to stay in school and get a good education.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
I'd like to say, because so many of your subscribers are young people, and I do hear opinion, and I do understand historically the contributions that Mr. Brown made to Black people, period, across this country. However, I'd like to read a clip from his daughter's story that she wrote, that one we just saw, Yama. She wrote it there in 2014. My father was James Brown. I watched him beat my mother.
Oh my God.
And then I found myself with someone just like Dad.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Now, remember she said she married the gardener or whatever? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm only going to read a little clip because it's a lot. I was 5 years old. I ran to the front door and peered outside. My mother was dressed in a blue and white robe. Her legs were splayed wide open, and my father was straddling her, pummeling her with clenched fist. Dush, thud, dush, thud. Blood spurted from my mom's face. She started thrashing around, kicking her legs, holding up her arms to ward off the punches and trying to break free, trying to save herself. I froze in place, but then something inside of me took over, and I knew I had to do something. I felt no fear, only rage. I ran outside screaming, "Leave her alone. Stop punching mommy." He didn't even turn around. He just kept punching. The next thing I knew, I was on his back, trying to pull him off my mom. Sweat was dripping off his face, and his eyes were glazed and wild. When he first looked at me, it was as if he was looking into the eyes of a stranger, and a mad one at that. "Stop," I screamed. "Leave mommy alone." My father looked stunned. It was as if though he had awakened from a bad dream. His head dropped and his shoulders slumped. I looked down at my mom. Her eyes were purple and her face was bloodied. She didn't look back at me. I was 5 years old. I don't give a damn what James Brown told me about voting, okay? That's where I'm at tonight.
Come on, Felicia. Choo choo.
This is rough. This is rough. So James Brown was raised around that environment. His dad was a beast. Papa don't take no mess.
And Leo didn't tell no lies because I remembered when she said it that if you work for him, he could just come in and just not be feeling right and get to pounding you in your face. So, oh yeah.
Oh, this was a bad night. Oh my God. Ooh, I done put the wrong stories together. Ooh, I get an F tonight. I get an F. Oh my God. I'm on this line with, in my opinion. Savannah, did I come to you already?
Yes, ma'am, you did.
Okay, and I got Leo and I got Bunny, correct? All right, I think I.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
But Diva, you didn't put the wrong stories together. You put the right stories together because we need to turn these people off.
Oh my God. Julius, you're up. I know.
Conversations are being had. I said this, I think, a couple of weeks ago.
Mhm.
I am glad that the conversation is being had. Even though it was a tough show tonight, but it's conversations that needs to be had.
Mhm. Thank you, Julius. I appreciate you. Katrina, you're up.
Yes. Laughing at Felicia. Um, that's what okay, that's the thing. How people play it. Now they were saying Chris Brown did all this and bad and whatsoever. And I love you in my opinion. But you giving James Brown the same grace that you wouldn't give Chris Brown. You said that he got us out to vote and got the people staying in school and all that type of stuff. And the girl, y'all saying he's a good father. Chris Brown is a good father to his kids, as far as we know. We don't know what's going on behind them doors. And James Brown, and him and Maxine Waters, sisters and brothers, cause they sure look alike. But either way, he was a little terror. He was another little Ike Turner, but people never counseled him. He still was out there shaking his penny loafers and sliding on the floor. And he never got canceled. Like y'all said, the internet and social media wasn't around, but people knew what he was doing. He was on a they took a mug shot of him, his hair was all over his head. He was drunk or beat somebody up then. And like I said, it goes both ways. Don't cancel one person and still let the other person be there. Cause he was doing a lot of stuff too. But nobody never canceled him. Until now, the council thing. But now they're praising, saying he's a good father. How he's a good father? He up there beating your mama eyes till they turning purple.
Come on,
That's
Katrina.
not a good father. And
Come
that's something
on.
you got to live with. You got to remember that in your head. So if you're gonna counsel Chris, he need to be counseled too. That's all I got, y'all.
Oh goodness. I can't even comment right now. All right. Everybody good?
Papa with the wrong stone.
See,
Where he at? Oh, go ahead, Felicia.
no, the reason why I asked permission to read her story
Uh-huh.
so we could see the imbalance in life. The first piece you showed was her speaking about him. Who would have thought that in 2014 she wrote a book and had those experiences at 5 years old?
Right. No, I appreciate that. Come on now.
I understand this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I understand that that's a different relationship. That was her father and her mother's husband. I'm understanding that. But then she went and she married somebody who wasn't this is how we get into this generational piece of pain and suffering.
No, you come on, talk. You're right. Come sit up.
He then goes up. So he goes around, and remember what Leo said, and it's true. He would beat up the workers, his employees.
Yes, he would.
So the guard was a gardener or the landscaper is sneaking around with his daughter.
Ooh.
He was trash. She became rageful. She's sneaking around her father's back.
And so she writes with someone just like Daddy.
Exactly. So she's probably did another book. My abusive husband, how he beat me down for 25 years. We need to stop. It really becomes a legacy of hurt and pain and disappointment. So no, I just read that clip. Yes, what Mr. Brown did collectively, the public face, was kind of good. But I know he had run over quite a few people in his cars. He loved his cars, and he would say he gonna run you over, he gonna do this, this, and that, and he'd do it. So it's the truth. Let's own it. That's how the daughter feels. So those of you who gonna watch it, let's see if she's gonna put in there all what he really. Yeah, and congratulations to her mother. Silence is golden. She took that route.
Yes, she did. Nika, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Diva.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Nika. Come on now. I cannot. I love you, but I cannot. I love you. Tay, I'm not trying to cut you off, but I'm in overtime and I gotta show this feel good story because it's a good one. And no, it's not DT. Hold on one second. It's a beautiful one, actually. I loved it. I love all of them. I really love this one. Was that not a beautiful story?
Good, yes, and he handsome at that. Okay.
Listen, guys, I want to thank y'all for being here. I'm in overtime. It's Saturday night. I'm always grateful when y'all spend your time with me. I truly appreciate it, especially because y'all spend 2 hours with me. I want to thank my panel for the contributions you made tonight, for giving us information that we didn't know or I didn't know existed. And all I can say is OMG. But you're right. This was one of the roughest weeks we ever had on the Gray Train. But you know what? To all the passengers, I'm glad y'all here. And listen, guys, a lot of these stories, it's like, it's never too late. You can do it. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. I don't care if you couldn't read. This man, he knew he didn't read on the right level. He's just started reading books and now he wrote a book. It's never over. Achieve. Do what you want to do. Let this year be the year that you make it happen. I appreciate y'all. Don't cheat the diva. Hit the like button. If you didn't hit the like button coming in, hit the like button going out. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Good night, y'all.
Hit that like button, are you wait. Thank you.